everybody, and welcome to our day at the spa. I hope you guys are ready because this one is gonna be fun. So we're gonna take your kit, and our first project we're gonna do is we're gonna do the rope bowl. Then we're gonna do the zipper pouch. Then we're gonna do the little soap pocket. Everything you need is in your kit. So open it up and get your USB stick. Put it into your machine. And, well, let's have some fun, right? Okay. So, everybody get your things outside of your bag, because our very first project that we're actually going to do is the rope bowl. So grab your hoop, your stabilizers. Now we do sell this one, but she does have it listed that she has it in the kit already. So it's okay if you don't have any handy, but hopefully you do have these two, because these two you are going to need. We are going to be gifting one of this CD away. Hopefully you guys like the project enough where you'll get the bonus CD. All you have to do is spend $100 today in our store on Kimberbell items, and then you get this for free. So that way you get to make lots. It really would make a beautiful gift idea. So there is that. Extra supplies. There is a list of extra supplies. You're going to need fabric scissors. You're going to need glue, water soluble marker. This is my measuring tape. And you may use fray check if you would like to. Our thread colors that we are using, we have celery, haze, linen, amethyst, mulberry, lavender, and damson. So you guys have probably already ripped into your packs, and I hope you guys are excited, but you're actually going to turn to page 19 because this is where we start. So let's set that aside. And we're going to get our rope bowl fabric bundle, Day at the Spa floral rope bowl package. And then we'll just set our kit to the side. There is your little leather tags to finish off the end. Our base fabric. You're going to have your pretty petals purple. There should be 2 pieces in there. And then you have your your strips. I think it looks like it's about 1.5 inches. And then we have 2 pieces of shape form. And that stuff, it feels really neat. I don't know if you've worked with that yet, but that's kind of neat. So we're going to set these items aside. And the first one we're going to work with is this one. So if you have your scissors, we're just going to cut the selvage off. And you're going to put good sides together. and you're going to sew this together with a 1/4 inch seam right across here. And that's all we want. So now we're going to go and we're going to iron it open. So we are just going to iron that. So you're just going to take it and you're going to iron a 1/4 inch all the way down. You're going to take your purple fabric and you're going to fold it widthwise in half. Just give that a pressing. We need to do the fusible backing on that one. So you have your fabric base, and you're going to take your fusible iron on. Make sure your glue side is down, and with a nice hot iron, there we go. Medium cutaway. We're just gonna hoop that. Okay, that's it. You're gonna follow me over to the embroidery machine and we're gonna start there. So take your USB stick out of your kit, put it into the side of your machine, and we're going to go to embroidery. And we want embroidery files. Baby Lock does PES, but you pick whatever your machine reads. And we are doing the 5x7. She does give you an 8x12 also, but for the class she gave us supplies for the 5x7. And set and to embroider. So let's get our hoop in and then we'll start. So we've stitched out our placement line, and now we need 2 pieces of your shape form. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut both layers really close to our stitch. So I'm going to change my thread to the linen and then just press start. before we go to the next step, I do want you to see something. If you have this too high, because the shape form is so thick, you're going to want to really make sure that you pull this down far enough so that way as it shifts when it stitches down, it doesn't pull up on you like that does. So you can see there's quite a few things that can go wrong right in this first little step, and it has to do everything with how high the ridge is. So this one here, it went around, but it caught it right there. So to stop that from happening, I have raised my foot up higher and I've slowed the machine down to 350. And I'm just gonna go slow and help hold it. So we're just gonna change our thread to the celery and just press start. Well, that's what we've got so far, and it looks really, really good. We have just started. So you get to pick your next color, which it calls for a medium purple. So I got my dampen into the machine, and we're just gonna press start. I'm gonna go with the lightest one, which is amethyst. Wow, look at that. Isn't that beautiful so far? It's absolutely stunning already. So we're just going to change our thread again. So you pick a different color purple. So I had picked haze for my next color. So after that, we are just going to press start and let it do it again. So that's it for our flowers. So we're going to take our fabric pieces that we had folded, and this is our fold side, and that's the fold there. We're just going to put it on, and we do want it to overlap by about an inch. So taping is key. This center piece, you are going to want to tape all the way across. Don't cheap out and skip out, because your foot will go inside the pocket and it will start folding it over. So you don't want to do that. So after you've got that done, you're just going to press start. Here we are. Look how far we've come. It's time to take it out of the hoop. And we're just going to take our scissors and we're going to cut it out. Just going to notch it to get rid of some of the bulk. And then comes the hard part, turning. So we're just going to iron that, but we need a pressing cloth. Fill up our tape dispenser. And you see the center, there's some tape around it. I'm just going to try to work the casing backwards to expose some of that, and we're going to cut that off. Then we're going to pull the casing back over. So you see, if you feel it, this is nice and solid, and then when you get to this part, it's nice and flat. Okay, so we got our disc done. I've taken 2 pieces of tape, and I've marked it top and bottom, and I've marked that one right, left and right. So I'm going to make sure that my back part here is straight, and I'm just going to turn that over because I can kind of see where they come together here, and I'm going to line it up with my cutting mat where that is straight. And you can see it's exactly 5 inches tall, so I'm just going to come in and I'm going to put a piece of tape right here between 6 and 7. I'm just going to put my left and right there. And I take my top and bottom and I'm going to put it down right between the 8 and the 9. So does that make sense? Left and right, top and bottom, which is nice that it's exactly 5 inches, right? We're going to flip this over. So this is where our tape says R. And we're going to take our rope, the part that we flattened out, and we're going to work it underneath that little fold. And we're just going to put some hot glue in there. And that is going to keep that from slipping out. All right, so we're going to switch our machines to sewing. We're going to start with our light thread and we're going to do a full bobbin. So my hot glue has cooled and it's holding my end in very nicely. And we're going to turn this to the front. So we're starting on the right. And you see the center part of your foot? That's going to be your guide to run between your mat and your fabric. That's how we're going to keep it center, okay? So if you have speed control on your machine, set it to slow, going around. And we are just going to tilt our bowl base up a little bit. And we're going to start. We're keeping an eye out right here with the center of this. All right, so we're coming up on where we had started, right? So that's where we're at. And now we're just going to take our rope and we're just going to move it that way and then keep going around. And if you get nervous, just stop. So congratulations, you have done 1 round. So we're just going to keep going. We're going to do 7 more. So we are going to stop. Do you see where the T is? The T is for top. That T also represents 3/4 of the way because we started at the R. So right there. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 3/4. So now it's time to start adding our fabric. Okay, so this is where things get a little bit interesting. So there's the R, which is the right. This is where we had started. We're going to take our rope, we're going to bring it to the R. And we're going to clip it. We're going to take our fabric. See if I zoom out a little bit. There's our fold. There's our good side. And we're going to take it and we're going to squeeze it inside the V of our bowl and our rope and our clip. So now we're just going to take it on an angle. It's all about trying to get it to wrap. Now we want to wrap. I know, tricky, tricky. It does playing tricky, tricky games. I'm just going to pinch it as best as I can. I'm sorry if you can't really see. But you see that raw edge? I'm going to zoom in for a little bit so you can see. You see that raw piece? I'm just going to kind of twist it so it goes in between. You see how I kind of twisted it and it went in between here. That is what I'm aiming to do. Let's see if I can do it again. So we are just wrapping. Wrapping, wrapping. All right, so I got mine all wrapped and now we are gonna slow the machine down and we're just gonna keep going. Tell my wrap is far from perfect, but it'll work out. You watch and see. It's gonna be fine. So your end piece here, take the time to tuck it in. Fold your ends over so that way everything disappears into a clean spot. Okay, so where are we at? How's everybody doing? Everybody okay still? Good. Good. So here is a little next step. So we did 2 rounds on this, right? I almost lined up. I was off by a little bit. So we've gone around once with the white and then 3/4. So there's your T, and we're going to stop right above it. So we're going to take our left and our right. We're just going to put some tape there. And we're going to take our water-soluble marker, and we're just going to take it and mark it right on the tape. And we're going to put some tape there. I'm going to measure over and put a piece of tape there. I want to mark it. So this is our handle center. I don't know if you guys noticed on the picture or not, but there are handles on this one. So this one is 0.1. This one is 0.2. This is 0.3. This is 0.4. So we got clockwise 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got our top, our bottom, our left, our right, and this is where we have to continue sewing. Okay, so we're just gonna go back to the sewing machine. I'm gonna go back about an inch from where I left off before. And we're just gonna keep stitching until we get to that tape piece number 1. And I'm gonna back stitch because we want this to be secure because we're creating the handle now. So we want to measure for this one. We need to go 4.5 inches. So right there. So I'm going to take my water-soluble pen, and I'm just going to give me a mark. And then we're going to take that, and we're going to line it up right there. Drop our feed dogs, and we're going to stitch, and don't forget to back stitch. And we're just going to take this all the way to point number 3, and then we're going to do that again. And remember, it's 4.5 inches back stitch, measure 4.5, mark it, line it up right there with that line. So we're just going to go around one more time. And you can see this is the handle, and we're actually going to have 2 layers of rope for the handles. You see how that's the number 4? We're going to stop there. And there's the T to our top. So this is actually where we want our project to end, is right here. So we're going to take our T mark, we're just going to bring it to the top, which is right there. I'm just going to hand hold the rope to the T, which is there. I'm going to put a little mark there. And I'm going to go about 3 inches past my top, and this is where we're going to cut it off. Then we're going to pull our core back. About 1 inch. We're going to cut that off. Then we're going to put the sleeve back over it. See, now it's just like before, we have that empty spot inside of there. So now when we keep going, I am going to stitch a little bit closer. Now we're going to tuck that in. I'll hold it there. I'll zoom in so you guys can see. So you can see it. This is the empty part. And I am just tucking it in. So you can see it's all the way hollow to there. So we're really gonna work it so it stays right there. you can see that it's tucked in, it's nice and clean. That is what our handles look like. We have another handle on this side. Our bowl has really come together, but we're not done yet. We are almost done, but not yet. We still have to do our little piece of leather. So there's two in there. We're going to take the one that says just relax. And just before where your loop is, this raw part, we're going to cover that up. Now she wants you to hand sew that together. And I think it has to do with the fact that you can see through, and you're going to hit it just right on the other side too. So let's go get our needle and thread and sew that together. Okay, so you guys are just going to hand sew that together. So you have completed the rope bowl. Did yours turn out as good as mine? I actually really think this one is very cute. You want to know what's something funny? Kind of reminds me of a hat. If you were to keep going, you can make a really nice hat. But it makes a beautiful bowl. I hope you guys are ready, because right after this, you're going to make your zipper pouch. So get your package out and let's get ready and start that one.